Hi everybody. Do you want to draw a realistic structure with 3 arches using perspective? I know this drawing might be a bit challenging, but I'll show you exactly how to do it step by step. You'll be drawing it together with me the whole way through. You'll learn how to create depth in a clear and easy way. Are you ready to push the limits of perspective? Alright, let's do this. As always, I start by drawing the horizon line. Then I divide the paper exactly in half with a vertical line. The point where the 2 lines intersect is the vanishing point I'll use in the drawing. The vertical line is also going to help me make the right and left sides of the drawing symmetrical. Alright, since we're going to design a structure with 3 arches, I'll draw 3 rectangles. Make sure all 3 are the same size and lined up. The distance between them should also be the same. It's a good idea to use a ruler to measure where the rectangle should go and figure out their dimensions. If you don't do this, you won't be able to set up the structure properly. The most important part of the drawing is making sure these rectangles are in the right spots. When a drawing looks wrong, it's usually because the setup wasn't planned well first. So don't underestimate this step. You'll end up failing. You should leave more space above the rectangles than below them. Keep in mind that there will be arch rings above the rectangles. Okay, I'm connecting the top edges of the rectangles. Then I'm marking the midpoints of these new lines. I would like to remind you again to use a ruler for measurements at this stage of the drawing. Now I'm drawing vertical lines through the midpoints of the rectangle's top edges. Next, I'm putting a dot on each of the vertical lines. These dots must be aligned horizontally. Okay, these lines will be the spans of the arches. And these lines will be the rise of them. I'll use these dots to draw the inner curves of the arches. And I'll use these dots to draw the outer curves of the arches. After identifying the locations of the dots, we can now start drawing the arches by the help of them. Let's start with the one in the middle. I'm drawing a curve using dots. Then I draw the other curves as well. Now it's time to draw the outer curves. Just follow the line of the inner curve and try to keep the distance between the 2 curves the same. Unless you're working on an architectural drawing, don't stress too much about drawing these curves with absolute precision. In the later stages, you'll see that it's not that important. Alright, now I'm going to draw the stones between these curves. I'll start with the keystone. Just pay attention to which dot I'm using when drawing the stones. Don't worry too much about drawing the stones all the same size. They can have different sizes. Have you noticed that I haven't used the vanishing point yet? Be sure that it will come into play soon. Great. Now it's time to add depth to the arches. Vanishing point comes into play. First, I need to draw the thickness of the walls. To do this, I draw guidelines from the vanishing point to all the corners of the rectangle. Then I'm going to draw another rectangle inside the first one. I suggest sketching all the lines in your drawing lightly at first. If you make a mistake, it's easy to correct it. Toward the end of the drawing, you can go over the lines to make them darker. Okay, now I'll draw a curve on top of the new rectangle. We've finished the first arch. That was a piece of cake. The others are a bit more complicated. Let's start with the one on the right. First, I need to draw the thickness of the walls. To do this, I am going to draw guidelines from the vanishing point to all the corners of the rectangle. Basically, the principle is the same. I need to draw another rectangle inside the first one and add a curve to it. But there's a wall in the way, so I can't see the left corners of the new rectangle. I'll show you how to find the corners. Just make sure the top and bottom edges of the new rectangle line up with the rectangle in the middle. I think you get the idea, right? Alright, I'm going to add a curve to the new rectangle. First, I need to find the center of the rectangle. I'm drawing a vertical line from here upward. Then I'm connecting the rise of the inner curve to the vanishing point. And this intersection point is the rise of the new rectangle. Now I can add the curve. If you had a bit of trouble, you'll probably get it when I draw the one on the left. I'll follow exactly the same steps. Okay guys, we've finished the hardest part. We've fully set up the structure. If you mess up this step, your drawing won't be right. Let's keep adding more depth and a 3D effect to the drawing. I use the vanishing point to add depth to the stones and the curves. Now I'm going to draw the stones on the walls. It's up to you how many rows of stones there will be. Let's do this easily with horizontal lines. Then I connect these horizontal lines to the vanishing point. This adds a great sense of depth to the walls. I'll be right back. Enjoy the drawing. I'm back. Next up is the floor. Let's get this done quickly using the vanishing point. I want there to be a terrace behind the arched doorways. When drawing the floor, don't forget to use the vanishing point. You don't have to draw all the stones on the floor the same size. Just draw the ones in the distance smaller and the ones closer to you larger. Alright, we finished everything related to perspective. Now let's add the background, details, and shading. As you know, the focus of this video is perspective, so I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of shading. I'll quickly show you this step to give you an idea. This building is mostly from ancient or medieval times. It's pretty normal for it to become deformed over time, so it wouldn't be realistic to draw it with smooth, flat surfaces. You'll need to deform the stones, walls, and floors. You can easily do this using shading. You'll see how to do this towards the end of the drawing. You can improve your perspective by practicing and repeating. Don't let mistakes hold you back. They're part of getting better. Keep practicing regularly and challenge yourself with more exercises. You can find more perspective lessons on my channel to keep learning. Keep it up, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.